Hello, lovely people. Today's video is going to be a little different. I don't think I'm going to be quite sharing anything in particular. However, maybe someone will be able to get a takeaway from this. And then if that's the case, then the video would have served its purpose. So today's video is more of a personal note, more of a fact of me documenting my journey to abundance. That's what I call my personal journey to abundance, where I'm actually pivoting from doing photography to being in an online space. And so I invite you to follow along and follow me with this journey. And so with that said, this is what I was saying, where I think I have finally found my path. I think by the end of this video, I am going to share who am I helping? Why am I helping? I'm just going to be able to share all of that, and I'm super excited. So stay tuned. If you've seen any of my other recent videos, this is a very brand new channel. So I only have a few videos posted as of now, but I've been a portrait photographer for 16 plus years. It's a beautiful and it's a wonderful career. I have worked with celebrities and high profile athletes over the years, and just countless of wonderful clients. With that said, and me have the success that I've had over the 16 years, I've always felt the pull to help people achieve the kind of success that I had, and even so they can reach their highest potential as well. And the best way to do this is through the World Wide Web, right? We can all be connected this way. If you or anyone that's been in the online space or trying to get online, trying to make a little seat for themselves at the table of the online space, know that it's so hard, guys. It is so hard. At first, the idea of doing it, oh my God, it's going to be fun, but actually it is a lot of work. I have been doing this or trying to do somewhat of this transition for like 3 years, and it's something. I think 3 years is long, but my gosh, I'm still learning, and it's just been a process. And I've gone through the fear of visibility, where at first I was like, I don't know if I necessarily want to show my face. And then after just pushing myself little by little to be able to show my face, to share my voice. Then after it was, okay, I know that I want to help people. But then after the question is, okay, so who do I help? Is it men, women? How do I help them, and what my messaging is? Like, all of these things just takes a while to kind of figure out. And especially with all the noise that can be on social media, everybody's so super dialed in. They know exactly what they're doing. And I feel like I don't. So tell me in the comments if that's ever happened to you. It's like, my gosh, I need to kind of just shut down everything and just listen to my own voice. And so that's pretty much what I did. So like the first thing that I needed to do was probably to try and get on social media, get on Instagram, and just start sharing messages and sharing my voice, at least showing my face. That was the first step. So I was able to kind of get comfortable with doing that. And then after, I had heard of Substack. And I was like, well, Substack would actually kind of be a way for me to do it if I don't necessarily want to show my face. And I did it a few times, and actually I am getting more and more active on it. I'm using that also to kind of document this whole journey. I'm calling all this my journey to abundance, the journey to my version of abundance. So I'm going to actually leave my Substack link in the description of this video in case you want to read it. I would love for you to do so. Then after, the next step and the last step for me was to do YouTube. And that's where I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start this page, and I'm going to try and regularly post, regularly make videos, because practice makes perfect. I know that from even just being a photographer. It was like, at first my art wasn't exactly where I needed it to be, but all I remember doing is saying, all I need to do is practice. And the more I did it, the better I got. The thing is, I was just really afraid to show myself on YouTube, because it's like, okay, once that camera is on, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I say? But you know what? I was like, okay, here's the deal. Next year, I'm going to be 50. I'm just going to be entering like the next chapter of my life. And I was like, okay, Naja, how much more longer are we going to keep putting this off? It's now or never. And I would be like, okay, yeah, it's not perfect. But guess what? The thing is, everyone who is excellent at what they do now, they all started at point zero, where they were not so good. I know this for a fact because that's how I was with photography. Even the best YouTubers, the best actors, even you who are watching within your profession, when you started, you weren't as good as you are now. Only thing that made you good was practice. And so I was like, I can't make any excuses anymore. It's now or never. While I'm showing up, it's not perfect. I have to get the reps in. These reps must be done so I can get better and better. And now that's which brings me back to the why of this video and saying who I was going to help, which was the main issue for me because I have been going back and forth. I'm like, I think I want to help photographers because I know photography. I tried that. And for me personally, it didn't land exactly how I wanted it to land. So I was like, that's okay. Let's just keep on doing because eventually who I need to help is going to find me. What's so interesting is the way that I found who I want to help and what I want to do. It was actually just recently. And so basically, I had done a video last week. I was just like super excited for this video. Was it anything stellar? No. It's just that for me at that time, I thought I was like really, really dialed in. I was like, this is who exactly I want to help. I'm just so excited. What came about from that was that it fell flat. To me. And keep in mind, my YouTube page is brand new, so I don't get much traction at this time. And the reaction that I had, it really didn't make sense because I know mentally that, not every video is going to be a hit. Not everything is going to go viral. And I'm just doing this for the reps. And I know this mentally, but for some reason, I don't know, maybe it was like I'm hormonal. I don't know why. Like my feelings were hurt that it didn't land exactly how I thought it would. I'm also learning that in the YouTube space, just not take things personal. That's like a learning curve that I'm learning as well. And when you're putting yourself out there, the worst part is that video didn't perform any worse than the other videos, which is, I don't know. I really can't explain why I felt bad like that. And so basically that whole day I was in a funk. My husband was asking me like, what's going on? And I was like, nothing. You know how us women can do sometimes. Something is wrong, but we won't say it. But that's another video. I was just kind of in a funk. And I remember going outside in my yard and I just sat down and I just put my hoodie on. I covered my face with it and I just started bawling, like uncontrollable, ugly cry. I just was like, okay, I just think that it was just basically the whole mountain of stress that I'm putting on myself. It's not easy. In that moment, mega crash out. Tears, like deep crocodile tears. I haven't cried like that in a while. And so my husband came back out and he was like, what's going on? And I just kind of like spilled it all. I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. This is too hard. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I don't know who I'm going to help. Like basically I'm a mess. At that moment, like I've just been really, really working on myself. I know now that when emotions come up, you must let them come up and not just like kind of like stuff them back down and just like suppress them. So I'm like learning myself to be gentle with myself and I just let those emotions just come out and just be. I feel horrible right now, but that's okay. I'm just going to let myself cry, like let myself feel sorry for myself because I want to. Once I was empty, like there were no more tears. I think I had cried all the tears that were left in my body. I felt like an inner silence where I was like, okay, let's get ourselves back together here. So I just was talking to myself slowly, trying to work things out, asking myself questions. And I was like, okay, what is the one thing that you know that you're good at? And I was like, you know what? With silence, it's like one thing that I know that I'm good at is I'm good at helping people. Okay, that's a start. What are you good at helping people at? And the answer came to me that one thing that I am very good at helping people at is recognizing their own strengths and confidence in themselves so they can sell confidently whatever it is that they're selling. I help people that are definitely talented. We're all talented. Everyone is talented. But I can help people feel so good and confident within what it is that they have to offer that they don't fear rejection when it's time to charge what the transformation that they deliver. This could be anything. And I was like, you know what? That's very true. And how do I know this? At that point, I was like, I've helped two people for sure that are within my personal life. I helped my mom. So her background was she had worked at AT&T. So AT&T for like plus how many years, very, very good paying job. And she loved to knit. I helped give her the confidence to actually quit that good paying job and to launch her own knitting business. And not just a knitting business selling knits for photographers. Because I was in the newborn photography industry, I was like, you can just sell to photographers. And I know that she's my mom, but oh my God, her items are amazing. She does everything in lace, and I'm going to link her page in the description below as well. The Knitting Biddy. This is just a side note. Her stuff is stellar. After she did that, guess what? I mean, she's been her own business owner for plus 13 years. And then the next person that I know that I helped is my husband. I mean, I've helped other people outside of this, but these are the ones that are most near and dear to me that actually gave me validation that I actually love helping people to do this. And so back to my husband, he has just a regular job, but one thing that he's really, really good at is that he is a fitness trainer for young athletes. And I helped him not only tap into being his own business owner, but to tap into, he's probably one of the higher paid trainers in the city, and people recognize his value. It's all him because he did the work, but I'm the one who actually helped him see that. For me, this is just fun. This is what lights me up. And I've helped photographers do the same thing. One particular photographer where I was working with her last year, she had just had a baby. And after working with me, she ended up completely rebranding her business. And now she is a luxury portrait photographer. So just things like that just realized, like, you know what? I think I have found who it is that I want to help. And so with that said, I would like to reintroduce myself going forward. Hi, my name is Naja. I'm a portrait photographer turned speaker and mindset coach, and I help entrepreneurs recognize their value, communicate their value effectively so they can stop settling for less than they deserve. Because honestly, when you think about it, as people, we don't necessarily get what we deserve. We don't necessarily get what we're capable of. But what we do end up getting is what we settle for and what we are willing to accept. With that in mind, that is my journey. That is my mission, to help as many people as I possibly can tap into your potential and your confidence that you too are able to get and charge whatever it is that you want. And I look forward to helping you on that journey. Thank you so much for watching my video. My hope from this video is to inspire whoever it is that is watching to know that if you're in not the trenches, but if you're trying to like create something new, just like I am, know that you're not alone and that I totally understand the struggle. But yeah, you know what? Let's do this together. It is a journey. And look forward to helping anyone that I can possibly help. And I also just want to let you know too that even though the road may be blurry, you can only see that first step ahead of you. You know what? You can just see that first step. At this point, that's all that you need. Just know that you have your North Star that you're going towards. Eventually, it will all figure itself out. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave any comments below, any questions as usual, and I will see you in the next video. So thank you so much for your time and have a great one. Bye-bye.